as I study and analyze my physique. I don't look in the mirror at admiration or satisfaction, because then you become content. And when you become content with your progress, there's somebody coming up behind you or somebody ahead of you that's working harder. They're not satisfied, and I'm never satisfied with what I see. Satisfaction that I get from the sport has a lot more to do with the journey than the actual victories that I've had over the years. Hopefully what I'll convey to the viewer will be that if you put your mind, heart, and soul into something, win, lose, or draw, you'll get the satisfaction that you're looking for. But my motivation is beyond that.
Good morning and welcome to episode 3 of The Cut. I am about to go hit a chest day, so I am carbing up. So I am having some rice cakes right now. I'm gonna weigh them out. So ideally before a workout, it'd be nice to get around 40 carbs-ish in. So before a workout, quick digesting easy carbs are really ideal because it's going to give your muscles energy to use for your workout. It's gonna fill up your glycogen, and that's the energy your muscle uses to actually work out and move a lot of weight. So ideally you want just carbs. You don't really want protein pre-workout or fats either. Really all that's gonna do is like slow down your digestion, and then these carbs aren't gonna get ready to be used as fast as they should. But post-workout, you definitely want protein, and you also want some carbs as well. Once again, post-workout, fat isn't 100% ideal just because it does slow down your digestion, even more so than the protein. So post-workout, you want to feed your muscles, as soon as possible. So if you have a easy protein meal and a carb meal, that's going to get nutrients to the muscle as soon as possible. That being said, you don't have to be so strict about it. If you have some fat with your meal post-workout, it's not really a big deal. If anything, it might be nice just because you're going to be satiated for longer. And especially if you're in a cut like I am, being satiated is going to be way better. You're not going to be as hungry, and you're not going to have to eat as quick. Because that is the thing. If you do have a protein and carb meal post-workout, you're probably gonna get hungry pretty soon after that, in just like a couple hours. So I'm gonna weigh out these rice crackers just so I know that I have a good amount. I think I'm gonna just do like 2 rows. So yeah, 53 grams. I know that's about 40 carbs. I'm gonna track that in MyFitnessPal, but my phone is recording right now, so I can't do that right away. But this is basically the pre-workout. Just got some rice crackers. So I'm just gonna be eating these and then get ready for the gym. It did snow today, so I woke up at 7. It's 9:45 right now, but at 7 a.m. I was shoveling the driveway, which that was basically free cardio. I shoveled for an hour and 15 minutes or so. So it was a lot of snow. We got a ton, first snowfall of the year. So that was kind of shitty, but it is free cardio, free morning fasted cardio. So that's just gonna help me get shredded. So I can't really complain. Today's weigh-in went all right. So the thing is, I just started taking creatine again. I've always been inconsistent. Since I ever started lifting, I never really took creatine often, but I really want to try taking creatine consistently just to see what it does. If you guys don't know what creatine does, at least the effects of it, is you're going to have bigger, fuller muscles, and they're also going to be stronger because I guess it adds more ATP production, and then your ATP is like a way that your muscles use energy, some shit like that. But long story short, your muscles do fill more with water, which makes them look bigger too. So not only are you stronger, but you're also bigger. And water being in your muscles, fine. I mean, your muscle is mostly like water. Don't think like some people I've heard back in the day, they're like, oh, that's fake muscle, it's water. Well, your muscles are water. So at the end of the day, you get bigger and stronger. And that's really it. The only thing you have to worry about is having enough water so, your liver doesn't get messed up. So as long as you drink enough water, you're going to be all good. But yeah, I wanted to start taking that, especially throughout the cut, because I'm going to have to, keep my strength up. And I'm just very curious on how I'll look when I get shredded while on creatine, because I've never done that before. Every time I've ever gotten shredded, I looked absolutely sick, but I've never been on creatine. So I feel like I'll just have a more full look. That being said, because of the water retention, my weigh-ins are going to be a little bit screwed up. So even though yesterday I had a really good day, I did my 10,000 steps, which I think that's what I'm going to go back to for doing cardio, is I'm going to be doing 10,000 steps every day, tracking with my Fitbit. And then as the weeks go on, I'm going to ramp it up to like, 12,000, 14,000, and maybe cap out at there. Because if you push to like 16,000, that's when it starts to get a little ridiculous. But yeah, yesterday I had a great day. Did my 10,000 steps, stayed within my calorie limit, which I am currently at 2,300. And throughout the weeks, I'm going to be dropping that as well. Just to speed up the process, to be honest, I probably could like stick to around like, I don't know, 2,200 and get pretty shredded. But I just want to speed up this process because I don't have time. So I'm going to be dropping the calories over the weeks. But yeah, yesterday I had my 2,300 calories, did my 10,000 steps, and I still weighed in heavier today just because, I'm taking creatine. And honestly, that's just like the nature of weight loss. Your weigh-ins go up and down, up and down, up and down. You just got to make sure that, you are hitting your calories, right? You do that by tracking, and then you are doing your cardio and your workouts. And if you're doing that, you're all good. You don't have to stress too much. Your weight's going to go up and down, up and down. Stress, how much water you drank, all kinds of shit, your sleep, everything really impacts it. So don't be too worried. And sometimes even, sometimes weight loss can be so fucked up where you could be dieting perfect for like a week, 2 weeks, and you're just not dropping weight. And then all of a sudden, you just lose all this water weight. Because sometimes your body just does that. Sometimes as you're dieting down, your body gets stressed out and it tries to hold on to more water weight. And dude, even like poo, bro. Poo can stay in your system longer. It just holds on to stuff. And then eventually just kind of flushes things out. And then you're like, wow, there was my last 2 weeks of progress that I was not getting off from the scale. But now I finally got it. The scale shows, I dropped like all of a sudden 3-4 pounds. So anyways, long story short, yeah, don't get in your head about your weigh-ins, but we're going to carb up, ideally 30 minutes before the workout. So I'm going to eat this, chill out for a little bit, and then we're going to drive to the gym and hit a chest and tricep day. So I'll see you guys there. So I was just chilling in bed, eating those crackers, and now it's time to get ready for the gym. So I'm going to have some pre-workout. Yeah, my shit's all clumped up in here. Like, as you see, it's like hard as a rock. Because I ordered off, what's it called? Supplementsource.ca. But it's like a Canadian website where you can buy really cheap supplements. And I bought these fucking pre-workouts for super cheap. And I said on the website, like, oh, might clump a little bit. But no, this shit's like a brick. So every single day, I kind of have to like take a knife, butter knife, and just kind of chip at it a little bit. To free up some powder, and then I scoop it up. So there we go. See, I got some loose now. I'm gonna scoop it, and then there we go. We actually have some powder. So I don't know, it's a little annoying, but like, to be honest, for like the money saving, like I guess it was worth it, to be honest, because I got this super cheap. It was like ridiculously cheap, because pre-workout is way too expensive nowadays. Like, you order these stores and it's like $2 a serving and shit like that. Like, that's way too expensive. So I'm gonna put this in the cup, and typically it's ideal to put your pre-workout with water, okay? I used to dome my pre-workout all the time back in the day just because it was way more efficient. Just throw it in your mouth, a little bit of water, swallow it. But a lot of the pump products in pre-workout need water to activate them. So it's actually much better to mix your pre-workout and then also have it before you get to the gym. So that's why I'm making it now. I'm gonna sip it on the car ride to the gym. So by the time I get into my workout, I already have the effects of the pre-workout. Because that's another mistake. A lot of people, they start drinking it when they're at the gym. It takes like 30 minutes to hit. So you're gonna be near the end of your workout by the time it's hitting. If you're doing a shorter workout, that is. But yeah, that's basically it. Time to get to the gym. Hopefully the drive is safe, because weather is absolute shit today. But let's go. Let's get it done. I just got to the gym and look at this. They don't even plow the parking lot, man. They didn't plow this shit last year either. And one time I almost got stuck trying to park all the way over there. So I kind of just made my own parking spot here. Just right here. So fuck it. One upside of when it's shitty weather is the gym gets more empty. So I'm hoping it's not gonna be too busy in there. I mean, judging by the parking lot, it's usually more cars than this. So tricep workout complete. So it is currently 11:41 and I have 6,000 steps, probably a little overcounted from the shoveling. That probably counts a couple of them, but gonna be doing some cardio. Yeah, looking back on the footage, I am so upset at how fluffy and chubby I am, but that's the whole point of this series, is to show you guys the journey of getting leaner and you know how that goes. So I'm gonna do a little physique check. This is, of course, with the pump. Just finished the workout. So this is how we're looking. Chest looking nice and full, actually. So, you know, the muscle's there, but like I said, I've been lifting for 10 years. So, I've been, you know, building muscle for a long time now. So yes, the muscle is there. It's just the fat that I need to get rid of. Especially, like I said, my love handles. This is where a lot of my fat gets stored, right here, in my love handles. And you can kind of see that I have a small waist, right? If you look at the shoulder to waist, but then my hips jet out from the body fat. But this is all fat. I actually do have a tiny hips as well. My hips are almost as thin as my waist. I mean, it comes out a little bit, but that's just, you know, how hips usually go. But I do have very small hips. So when I do get leaner, this really sucks in and it just kind of creates that V taper that we really want to go for. So this is the current physique. I need to start taking my cardio a lot more serious. Over these past couple weeks, I've not really been doing cardio besides yesterday. I walked in yesterday, but we're back on it. I find anytime I've ever gotten lean, 10,000 steps a day. I find my step count is the best indicator of like how active I am besides my weight workout. But your weight workout's not to lose weight. Your weight workout is to maintain your muscle throughout your cut. It's not really there to burn fat. You want to do the cardio to burn more calories and burn that fat. So I really want to lock in on the steps now. So like I said, I'm locked in. I'm going to be doing 10,000 steps every single day. My next phase of my cutting, I think, is in a couple days. I have it on an Excel spreadsheet, so I would know the exact if I looked at that. But once that hits, I'm going to be dropping my calories by 200, from 2,300 to 2,100, and I'm going to be bumping my steps up from 10,000 to 12,000. And once I do that, that's when progress is really going to start being made. But at the end of the day, I just need to be consistent and patient, and that's what cutting is all about. And a funny thing about cutting too is if you're at the peak of a bulk where you're fluffy, at least you're fluffy, but your muscles are full of glycogen. So you actually look big. But when you start cutting, there's a midpoint where you just have to trust the process, because a couple weeks into a cut, you're actually gonna look worse than the start of your cut. You're actually gonna look fatter than the start of your cut, funny enough. And that's just because all the muscle underneath the fat typically is more depleted of glycogen, and your muscle's like a sponge. So from being a full, big sponge, it starts to dwindle down to like a smaller sponge. Granted, this is only glycogen. You can restore that within easy couple hours. You can blow them back up if you ate a ton of carbs. But you have your depleted muscles, and you still have that similar layer of fat, because you really haven't taken your fat down too much at that point. And at that point, that's when you look softer, smaller, and shittier, because your muscles aren't pushing out from under that fat. They're much smaller, so then the fat kind of looks more jiggly and shittier. So soon enough, we're going to be getting to that point where we're going to kind of look shitty, but that's when you just got to push through it, and stick to the plan, trust the process, and you'd be surprised, because one day, it's weird, one day you wake up and you're just shredded. It's weird. It's so weird. Like 1 week, I'm not kidding. It's gonna be fucking with your mind. You're gonna be like, oh my God, did I screw up? Is this cut going really bad? Like, what's going on? And then the next day, you're just gonna wake up one random day and you're gonna be like, damn, okay, I see the work now. So cutting is weird. It's a big mental game, all right? So that's why having a plan is important. Having your calories, tracking them, having consistent cardio, and then you know at the end that you've done what you're supposed to do, and you won't get in your head when you have like the shit weigh-ins, or your physique is looking shittier from the depleted glycogen. But that's basically it. Let's go hit some cardio. All right, just finished with the cardio. I did 30 minutes at 10 incline, 3 speed, and at around 25 minutes, I dropped it to 2.5 speed because my heart rate was just getting a little too high. And yeah, that kind of just brings up a topic where to lose weight, you'd be surprised that you don't have to go do crazy hard cardio where your heart's racing and you feel like throwing up. A lot of people, they think that, and that becomes a blocker for them to actually get in shape because they hate running, and maybe they try it once or twice and they're like, that felt horrible, I don't want to do that again. But actually, steady state cardio that keeps you at a conversational pace. Okay, so as long as you can hold a conversation while doing the cardio, that's a good pace. That cardio is much better for fat loss. When you do that cardio, there's 2 things about it. Actually, I guess 3 things. The first thing I kind of touched on. It's very easy to be consistent with because you don't dread it and you don't hate it. Walking easily on a treadmill or going for a walk around your block to hit your 10,000 steps is a great pastime. If you do it on the treadmill, you can just listen to music, watch YouTube videos, entertain yourself. If you're outside, you can enjoy the weather, or bring a friend or family along, and it's a great way to bond with people and just have a good time and live a good life. So that makes it easy to stay consistent. Now, number 2, the steady state cardio that you can hold a conversation at, burns more fat. It pulls from your fat stores rather than your glycogen. Once you hit a certain intensity in your cardio, you start to pull glycogen for your energy source from your muscles. But if you do slower cardio, that's easier, you will take it from your fat stores, at least most of it. So it's really good because it's pulling straight from your fat stores and you're burning fat as you're just moving nice and slow. And then the third point is that it doesn't make you hungrier. So cardio, if you go way too hard on your cardio, especially if you also have a, weightlifting schedule, which you should, because you should be training hard during your cut to maintain your muscle. So if you're training really hard in the gym and really hard on cardio, you're gonna get hungry. So by doing a simple steady state cardio for 20-30 minutes a day, you're not gonna spike your hunger. So that 200 calories or so, maybe 300 that you burn during that session, you're not gonna replenish it by overeating that amount. So overall, it's just a way better method of cardio. And if you're trying to lose weight right now, I highly recommend it, guys. Just implement some simple steady state cardio. You'd be surprised at how easy it is and how much better it makes your life. And then on top of that, you're reaching your goals. So yeah, that's basically the spiel on why that cardio is better than going way too ham. That being said, if you really enjoy going ham at cardio, you're a runner and that's what you like to do, you like to bike hard, fucking do it, right? Do what you like to do. I'm just, telling you what's more practical. So yeah, workout's completely done. I'm at 9,600 steps now. So at some point later today, I'm going to get that naturally just throughout my day, but I still probably might throw in a little extra cardio later today. Just simple steps, right? Just nothing crazy, just treadmill while I'm watching some TV at home. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna go hit up Walmart right now because I want a big water bottle. I've been drinking water from my shaker cup and I just get lazy. I don't fill it up as often as I should. So I think if I just get a big jug, it's gonna be so much easier to get my water intake in, especially now that I'm starting creatine. So gonna go hit up Walmart now, get home, and then have my first meal of the day. I just got home from Walmart. I got me a nice big jug. So this is gonna be super easy to get water in now because I just have to fill one thing up. It's got a nice little straw on there. So super excited for this. And then for breakfast, first meal of the day, post-workout, I created a protein pancake. And there's nothing really special to this recipe. I just used normal pancake mix, okay? Because you'd be surprised, some of the high protein pancake mixes, they're also high in calories too. So you don't really need to do that. Just get a basic pancake mix. I literally got great value, the cheapest one you can get. I put 2 servings of that, so that's 220 calories of around 40 carbs. And then I put 1 scoop of protein powder. Mixed it up, added water, and kept mixing until it's a nice consistency. And there you go. You got a nice, beautiful, fluffy pancake. And then I'm going to add this low-calorie syrup. You can even get 0-calorie syrup. They don't taste as good. But this one's like reduced sugar by 75%. So for 4 tablespoons, it's like 40 calories. So I'm gonna add 1 serving of this and eat this pancake. And that's basically it. I'm gonna stop the video here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And if you guys do want a full day of eating, just let me know, guys. I can show you guys my meals throughout the entire day so you can kind of get an idea of, you know, what I eat to lose weight. I eat different foods every day. I don't have a strict meal plan. I just have my calories. And then I try to keep my food relatively clean. You know, sometimes I have like, you know, this pancake. It's not the cleanest thing ever, but it's also not horrible either. So if you guys do want that, let me know. But I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.